DJ Clever, Yellow Wolf, MWA, Brian Jones on the beat, bitch. Alright, DJ, come take the wheel, and I'll set this fucker off. Pull catfish up by heels, that's how I will do your job. You don't want no problem here, not the line you want to cross. Take the rapper up the gear, and I feed them to the dogs. Just be cautious, look at you like nah, cuz mad cause we got bitches licking lips and throwing bras up. Got no time to talk, cuz when I snap it's all blood. If I cut you down, then best believe I'm throwing salt. Dust, all shucks, all fuck, I'm just playing, shut up. Fair warning, not too subtle. I lay dormant, but ooh, brother, got holy water like two puddles and landslide. The vampires are vandalized with cans of Krylon, damage and design. Sanitize the enterprise, the plan is amplified, plans are amputated by the need provided me, allowing me to openly show it's over, no promoter, locally and overseas. With different, I'm a time bomb. Tick, 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 I'm an icon. Slow American tough, the barbarian of the bar area, plus the dyed head blonde. Bitch over there got her hips in there and her tits on my way. I'm a dip in the pair, I'm a lick on the set, I'm a smash it, attack in the back till she piss in the bed. Fist full of hair at your crib in a lawn chair, you got a visitor there. 3 shots and she on the legs and I kiss her head. Hold my beer, don't hold my breath, hold my weight, show and flex. I'm so hard, diamonds envy rhyming. Look, I'm so cool, I got my own climate. Yeah, mountainous terrain to climb, no. You fucking with the hustle, need a rope. You want that vintage turquoise Navajo? I sing that shit from stage at every show. Brad Pitt, Matthew McConaughey, Hollywood meets Elvis Messi. Pull up in a beat up Honda, then I stole the drunk drive cause I like Chevys. Oh, here I go, no red carpet and no rope. Put me down there with my folk and let the slow come strike a pose. I write my flows like a fighter, these are punches being thrown to your nose. Ducking jab, leaving blood patterns on your clothes. I might be white, Muhammad Ali, assalamu alaikum. Here for the feast, but I couldn't be a Muslim, that can never be. Cause I'm still pissing in a bear full of bees, like a chair for a bear. I'ma need a bigger seat to sit cross leg, I swear I'm a cheat. Hey, I hoes all staring at me, but I'm on the cow, bury the beef. I clip your wings like there's no air beneath a parakeet. Give you some rings around your eyes like said marry me. Get to the bottom of it like Titanic, very deep. Make you a model puppet like Jim Henson every week. Sesame Street, yes sir, big bird. Leave them black and yellow like I live in Pittsburgh. Turds with quick words, throw bricks of writ, this brick is yours. All my fans, they pump the fist, get lit and flick the bird. All my gems, they bump and kick, and I just stick the words like a super glue, dust for model aeroplanes. If the music chooses you, add the wheels and glue the wings. Then the paint, then the strings, then from the ceiling it will hang. Collect them all, don't let them fall into the critics come and frame. You're working pictures, rich up and you work on model trains just to keep them in suspicion like a pro. That's why I changed. So to all the people who supported me throughout the game over the years, I hope you like watching me grow. Yeah, Michael Wayne. Yeah, ghetto cowboy, 5427 Hickory Park Drive, off Bell Road, Antioch, Tennessee, via Southside, Alabama, G.A.D, motherfucker! Trump Music 3.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. High Country Trucking Series here Sunday night. 3 races left here before we go to the chase here for the High Country Trucking Series in season number 3. Close points battle between a few of the drivers. Got about 15 minutes left here in happy hour. We're going to jump away to a real quick commercial break. We'll be right back, though, here in about 3 minutes or so here on Next Gen Racing Productions for the High Country Trucking Series Grand Canyon 128.
about to go down. Oh, you ain't no rope. All of it, yeah, all of it. Ruins life, but y'all all love it. I ain't innocent though, cause we all does it. But I'm close enough to see it's all of it. Chasing after the wind. You never will win. It feels good again and again, but leaves you empty again and again. Chasing after the wind. You never will win. It feels good again and again, but leaves you empty again and again.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Had some little bit of technical difficulties. Some audio issues had to work out there. Some of the sound not quite going to where it should be. Got that all worked out and taken care of. Anyways, back at it. 10 minutes left here in happy hour so far. The fast truck out there tonight. The Shell Pennzoil 77 Chevy Silverado, driven by Lance Yancey, up there on top of the board right now with a 25.951. Second on the board right now in practice is the 98 of Thomas Light, followed by PJ Popham in that 32 machine. PJ, one of those interesting stories we're going to have to keep an eye on here tonight, where in the High Country Trucking Series, if you have a win, that pretty much gets you into the chase. However, you have to make at least 15 starts, which PJ's done that. But you also have to finish the regular series standings inside the top 20. PJ, right now, sitting in 23rd. So he's going to have to be more mindful of good points days as opposed to race wins right now at this point in time, with only 3 races left before they begin their chase. Here in the High Country Trucking Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. So, gonna be interesting to see who chooses points days over race wins. It's gonna be something that unfolds before us here tonight. We're gonna see if we can't go ahead and jump down there on board with a couple of the cars out there on track. Looks like we got the 12 of Trent Drum out there right now. We'll ride around a couple laps here with Trent. Talk about this 1 mile. It's probably one of the biggest D-shaped, I would call it D-shaped. As you see Eric going in, we'll jump on board. I mean, Trent Drum going in, we'll jump on board here with Eric Blunt right now. But as I was saying, just it's the weirdest D-shaped track you're ever going to find. Long sweeping corner there in turns 3 and 4 is what I call it. I don't call the dog leg a turn. I call this 1 and 2 right here, and then you go down there through the dog leg and get to 3 and 4. But there you see Eric Blunt real close to that wall on exit, cutting it down on the apron here. Gonna see who's willing to possibly bottom out, maybe tear up a little bit of the race trucks going down there on those transitions from the apron to the racing surface, because it is pretty bone jarring. Matter of fact, we'll jump on board in Eric's cockpit with him here, see if he goes back on that apron and see the amount of bounce that takes place. Can't quite see it as much as you can feel it, I can tell you that. Anytime I'm out there on track and I go down there, it jerks the wheel around quite a bit. But down to almost 5 minutes here, 7 minutes left. Actually, Lance Yancey still on top of the board, just ahead of that 98 of Thomas Light. PJ Popham in 3rd, Alan Westman in the 96 in 4th place. Rounding out your top 5 on the leaderboard right now, the 115 of Tom Laneville. Tom, a super fast truck, newer guy here to the lead, coming in kind of towards the end of the season, towards the chase, but nonetheless making his presence felt. Was fast the last couple times we've seen him on track, so going to be interesting to watch the newcomer fight and work his way through the seasoned veterans here at the High Country Trucking Series. Speaking of veterans, the 57 of Damon Cox right now slotted in 6th in happy hour. He's got to be happy with that. Other drivers a little bit further down on the board than what we would expect. The 33 of Brian Maskell Jr., your defending series champion, all the way back there in 15th on the board right now. Almost 3/10 off the fast time of Lance Yancey. That's not something Brian Maskell Jr. is used to, so he's definitely going to be looking to pick up the pace in qualifying. we get ready to go. Qualifying here in about 5 minutes after the invocation and pre-race festivities. These drivers going to go see who can put down that hot lap, take that pole award for tonight's Grand Canyon 128. Inside the cockpit of that 99 Machine of Air. We see how wide-eyed he is getting into these corners. Let's see if we can jump on board with another one of our onboard camera carriers. Number 5 of Brandon Hartwell. Looks like he's just now coming out of pit road. A lot of guys not in the trucks or on track right now, probably utilizing this last bit of time to have their little breaks, get a drink, use the restroom, make final race preparations before we get ready to go down track side for our invocation here on Next Gen Racing Productions. You're not going to miss any of the action when we get back to qualifying right after all of our pre-race fun. Brandon Hartwell not improving really as far as the time charts are concerned. Looks like Lance Yancey is probably going to end up being your fastest on in happy hour. We'll get back to that right after our pre-race festivities here on Next Gen Racing Productions.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa, and my 2 children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the Little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, boogity, boogity.
After 12
back once again here at Phoenix International Speedway. Qualifying just now, getting set to begin here for the High Country Trucking Series. Grand Canyon 128. These fast truck drivers are going to see who can go 128 laps around this crazy little track. We're going to see who we can jump on board with right now out there on their first qualifying laps. Looks like we're going to try to join up with Kendall Laverne here. Levron, sorry. Going across that apron, trying to go the shortest distance around the track. Stays hugging that yellow line pretty well through turns 3 and 4 here. Crossing the stripe right here, 4th for his first time lap. Lance Yancey, that 77 Shell Pennzoil machine up there. Fastest lap on board right now. Was the fastest in happy hour. Was able to maintain that top position as we came to the close of happy hour and had our pre-race festivities. Able to keep the speed in that machine. Heck of a job there by Lance Yancey. Kendall Levron not able to improve. Slotted in 4th position right now. See if we can't jump on board with anybody else getting ready to take their lap times. Looks like Brian Mescal Jr. able to improve so far up there to 5th position on board right now. Here we see PJ Popham, always fast in that 32 machine. And you know, with qualifying underway here, 2.5 minutes left, PJ Popham top of the board with that lap. A 25.975, taking that pole position away from Lance Yancey. Looks like Trent Drum is out there on his up to speed lap right now. But as it sits, PJ Popham the man to beat. While we finish watching qualifying here, we're going to go back over that the chase picture. You know, a few different drivers have already won this year. The 96 of Alan Westman, the 5 of Brandon Hartwell, Gavin Martin, that 24, Donnie Stobbs, Troy Radford, Chris Medford, PJ Popham, Tyler Hilton, John Jenkins, all with wins. John sitting 1 start below that cut line, though, sitting at only 14 starts, needs 1 more start to secure his spot in the chase. Being he's one of our drivers that have been to victory lane more so than the others. 4 trips to victory lane this year. Alan Westman, the only driver with more. He's slotted with 5 wins so far this season. Trent Drum in that 12 machine, taking it all the way up to 7th right now. Trying to see if we have anybody else getting ready to go out on track. Not quite looking that way. PJ Popham still sitting on top of the board. Not seeing anybody else out there on track right now. Joshua Caldwell finishing up his lap, slotted back there in 16th position right now. Not sure if we're going to have anybody else get out there on track. With about 45 seconds left to go here tonight, I would say that's going to end qualifying. Your pole sitter, the 32 of PJ Popham, yet again. PJ sitting 23rd in the point standings. Has already been to victory lane 1 time this season. He's got a spot in the chase as long as he can make up those 3 positions, get himself 20th or better in the regular season standings, and he'll be a force to reckon with in the chase, that's for sure. So a couple of guys that we're going to have to just keep our eyes on throughout the night tonight for chase implication. As we await the drivers to grid here, gonna get ready to try to run through most of the starting lineup for you here tonight for tonight's Grand Canyon 128. All right, here you go. Oh my goodness, things are going nuts on me. We'll get to it sometime. My goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. On pole, the 32 of P.J. Popham, followed in second by that 77 of Lance Yancey. Back there in third position, the 66 of Donnie Stobbs, followed in fourth by the 115 of Tom Laneville. Fifth position, the 28 of Kendall Levron, and in sixth, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Seventh position, the 12 of Trent Drum. Brendan Hartwell in the 5 machine, slotted in 8th position. In 9th, the 98 of Thomas Light, and rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the 22 of Cody Terry. In the back here in 11th place, the 4 of Matthew McKinnon. Matthew, if I'm saying that wrong, just get with me and let me know. And in 12th, the 24 of Gavin Martin. Eric Blunt in the 99 machine, slotted in 13th. And in 14th position, the 57 of Damon Cox. 43 of Craig Learman is in 15th. And in 16th, the 94 of Joshua Caudle. 17th position goes to the 301 of Shane Farmer. And 18th position to the 19 of Rick Reinard. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 01, slotted in 19th position. In 20th, the 96 of Alan Westman. David Smith Jr. in the 08 in 21st position. And in 22nd, Andrew Nypower. In 23rd, the 48 of Chris Medford. Sorry, guys. Of Chris Medford, followed in 24th by the 6 of Matthew Karn. In 25th, the 45 of Douglas Wasaki. 26th, the 71 of Jason Edmonston. Brian Kaufman in 27th. Pace car is off. We're going to have to cut that short. We're going to go green flag racing. This time by Phoenix International Speedway. P.J. Popham fires off. Gets a good jump on the 77 of Lance Yancey. And stumbles out there on the outside, down in turn 1 for the first time. Your leader, P.J. Popham, choosing to use that apron to try to get a run on that 77 of Lance Yancey. And there you see, looks like Tom Lanville. That 115 all over the bumper of that 77 right now of Lance Yancey, giving him all he can fit, all he can handle right now. Brian Mescal Jr. back there in 4th position, already a bit of a gap back there to the 4th place of Brian Mescal Jr. We're going to have to jump, see if we can't see a little bit more that's going on back here as that lead, as the battle for that lead still goes on. Brandon Hartwell trying to find him a position, but there you see it, just a gaggle of cars back there. That's for about 8th through 15th or so. Your leader's still up here racing tight. P.J. Popham with about a truck length advantage going into 3. Lance Yancey with some troubles lets the 115 of Tom Laneville go by. Lance falling back to 3rd position. Back in the pack, we still have a little good racing going on between the 98 of Thomas Light, the 66 of Donnie Stobbs, the 4 of Matthew McKinnon. McMeekin. I'm sorry, McMeekin. I think caution is out. Sorry, I was trying to pronounce the name. Didn't catch that one. Not even gonna try to lie about it. Just I was running my mouth trying to make sure I can get a name right, and I completely messed that one up. So under caution here for the first time tonight, High Country Trucking Series, season number 3, race number 20, Grand Canyon 128. 3 races left for the chase. PJ Popham trying to make sure he makes it into the chase. Doesn't go down pit road, changes his mind last second. All the lead lap cars, well, everybody's still a lead lap car at this point in time, just about, unless you did not grid for some reason. About the top half of the field electing to stay out on the track. Back half of the field going down pit road. See if any of these leaders elect to go down pit road this last chance. See a lot of trucks still on pit road. Looks like that 19, Rick Reinert, on pit road still. I believe that may have been Alan Westman on pit road with him as well, getting some damage fixed. You see some scrapes on the right side of the door of that 32 of PJ Popham. So PJ with some contact with somebody, possibly just scraping the wall a little bit. That could always be a scenario that plays out. I know I try to sweep up towards that wall coming out of 2, so it's quite possible he may have scraped it there just a little bit, possibly coming off the 4, trying to get as much as he can, use as much track as possible to come down that fast front straightaway. None of the leaders electing to go ahead and come down pit road anyway. Looks like the top half of the field going to be out there on about 7 or 8 lap old tires. You have to go all the way back to 14th position to find fresh tires here. We're under our first caution here tonight, working lap 8 of 128 here tonight for Next Gen Racing's High Country Trucking Series. The pace car lights are out. Field will get double file. PJ Popham will have control of this. He elects to take the bottom. Have to see if that's going to end up being the preferred lane or not later on here tonight once some rubber gets built up and laid down by these truck drivers. Tom Laneville in that outside lane. Going to have to try to get as great of a start as he can because he's going to have Brian Muskello Jr. pushing him. Not a doubt about that. PJ Popham hits the gas, fires off. That outside line did not get going as well as they would have liked. Nevertheless, Tom Laneville going to slot in second. Lance Yancey in the 77 machine pushing down there on the bottom of the track. Takes third away from Brian Muskello Jr. Working the outside right now. Looks like the 5 of Brandon Hartwell utilizing that apron going down the turns 3 on the inside side by side. Brandon Hartwell able to make the pass, get the job done. Almost a slide job there coming off of turn 4. Brian Muskello Jr. still on his bumper though, going back to 1. 2 and 3 wide back behind them. My goodness, Thomas Light, Kendall Levron, Eric Blunt all over each other back there a little bit further in the pack. Looks like PJ Popham's starting to step out to just a little bit of a lead, almost two tenths of a second now at this point in time. No lead changes. PJ led every single lap since the drop of the green flag. Look at that side-by-side battle with, it looks like teammates back there between the 43 of Craig Learman, and I believe that's the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Some good close racing side-by-side up in front of them between Eric Blunt and Kendall Levron. My goodness, are they going to get all this sorted out? Going to go up here and watch this side-by-side battle down into turns 1 and 2 here. Eric Blunt down there on the bottom trying to get the job done, now taking the apron. A lot of action here early, 12 laps into this race. Looks like Tom Laneville closing the gap just a little bit now to almost a tenth of a second. We're going to go back up here, up to the front. Gavin Martin getting busy with it back here in the back for 12th position right now too. Small battles and skirmishes all over this fast, short 1 mile track here tonight. And there you see, challenge for the lead. Tom Laneville on the bottom, PJ Popham squeezing him a little, still giving him plenty of room. Back to the stripe. Your leader still, PJ Popham. Still great battles brewing back throughout the pack right now. Looks like Lance Yancey, he wants to stick his nose up in here to this top 2. Make it a 3-way battle for that lead position. PJ right now though able to get the drive through the center and off down the straightaway back into turn 1, leading by a little over 3 tenths, almost 4 tenths now. And we're going to jump back to a little bit further of a battle. The 5 of Brandon Hartwell and the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. have been battling for since the restart of this race, been battling hard with each other, not letting each other get away. Thomas Flight in that 98 sitting right back behind them, watching it all go down. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't jump on board though. A few of our drivers here tonight going to go ahead and jump on board with your defending series champion Brian Mescal Jr. as he works his way around this track for 1 lap with us. Not a lot of movement in the hands for Brian Mescal Jr., so he's got to be happy with the way the car is handling. Not a lot of juking and jiving going on in his cockpit right now. PJ Popham, you see him stepping out there just a little bit on the field now, a little bit over a half a second. It's what it looks to be closer to somebody's bumper. This is on board with the 77 of Lance Yancey now, as he's right on the bumper, right on the heels. That 115 of Tom Laneville. Little bit squirrely off of the turn 4 there for the 115 of Tom Laneville. Going to go back through the pack just a little bit further now. Go back here about 15th position and you can still find a battle between the 301, the 48, battling for 14th, 15th position. There you see more trucks behind them. Damon Cox back here, 17th position. Alan Westman back here in 18th. Battles all over this track. The 6 of Matthew Karn out there in 20th. Big move. Wow, that was a big move. Big pull out right there going into turn 1. Able to get the job done. Not quite sure who that may have been back there in the back, but my goodness. Caution is out now on the track. Gonna take a look, see if we can't see anything. Looks like everybody's rolling. Not quite sure what that caution may have been about. Very interesting, but we're going to try to get back up here on board with your leader. Definitely going to be coming down pit lane this time. There you see the entire field actually coming down pit road this time. Caution number 2, working lap 21 out of 128 here tonight for the High Country Trucking Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator, broadcast to you across Twitch and YouTube by Next Gen Racing Productions. Go on over there, give us a subscribe, a like, a thumbs up, smash the bell. Get notified anytime we have any content coming out. Do a lot of different content, driving from the seat, spotting different things, a lot of things to come in the future. So go ahead and like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. We'll look for the race off the pit road here. See who was able to come across that line first here. Although the race off the pit road's not going to matter that much, as the 48 of Chris Medford stayed out anyway, but we're going to try to see. Ooh, looks like the 115 would have just got it. Maybe PJ playing a little bit of games there. Try to come out in what would be third position after Chris Medford pits, which he does. So that's going to put PJ in second now, behind the 115 of Tom Laneville. His crew getting the job done, getting them out of pit road with the lead. Pace car lights, there you see, go out. 1 to go. We'll come back. Green flag racing. Lap 25 out of a 128 here tonight for the High Country Trucking Series. Grand Canyon 128. This track is a lot more technical too. It's almost road course-ish in some ways, with the braking into the flat corners after that long dog leg. So can cause some problems, especially locking up, getting loose, going into turn 1 that hard. Semi-banked corner right there, so gonna have to wait and see how tire wear plays a factor here tonight. But your leader for the first time tonight, someone other than PJ Popham. 115 of Tom Laneville does have it in his hands when the pace car ducks off. Pace car is off. Tom Laneville fires off now, coming down the front stretch, gets a good jump. Everybody clear into turn 1, coming out of turn 2 now. PJ way up next to the wall. They fan out down across the apron. Brian Mescal Jr. up there against the wall, still running up there, choosing that line instead. Your leader, Tom Laneville, still holding off the fast truck of 32 of PJ Popham. PJ pushing hard. Ryan Mescal Jr. there you see slotted in 4th position. Brandon Hartwell in 3rd. Thomas Light rounding out your top 5. Back in 6th position. The 77 of Lance Yancey falling back. 43 of Craig Lehrman back there in 7th and 8th position. The 22 of Cody Terry. 9th. The 4 of Matthew McMeekin in 10th. The 66 of Donnie Stobbs. Your leader down there on the apron, trying to keep that position away from a fast truck. That 32 of P.J. Popham as he's trying to catch him, work his way around, coming back down the front stretch to take lap 28. Good close battle back there between the 98 and the 33. That's for 4th and 5th position. Here you see that battle getting ever so closer and a little bit more heated as each lap goes by. P.J. Popham now on the bumper of 115. Side by side down the front stretch. 115 still leads at the line. No, P.J. on the preferred line down on the inside. Try to make the pass. Can he get the drive off to complete it? No, he can't. Has to utilize the apron going down there really low. Tom Laneville, right up in front, taking the nose off of the 115. No contact, but boy, that was close contact there. Tom did not like that move by PJ, letting it be known. A little bit of bumper there through 3 and 4. PJ Popham reassumes the lead now. Working lap 30 of 128. Tom still digging, not giving up yet though. Brian Mescal Jr. now all over the rear bumper of the 5 of Brandon Hartwell. Wonder if Brandon's just kind of like hanging out a little bit because this is getting a little crazy up here for the lead. Those two truck drivers driving extremely hard, not really happy with one another at this point in time from my vantage point. This lead begins to increase just a little bit for that 32 of PJ Popham. We're going to go take an eye back here for this battle for 3rd and 4th position. Lance Yancey back there in 5th, battling the 43 of Craig Lehrman as well as the 98 of Thomas Light. That's 5th through 7th with each other right there as well. Try to jump back just a little bit further in the pack as got another little battle. Looks like it's starting to brew back here. A little further back. Jump back here around the 13th position. There you see Rick Reiner. 48 of Chris Medford, the 6 of Matthew Kern, all back there running good. A little bit behind the field right now, about 5 seconds or so from the leader. See just up in front of them, that's that lead pack, the 19 of Rick Reiner, actually being shown down a few laps here already tonight. Big trouble for him earlier, must have been caught up in one of those cautions that I couldn't quite see where it was. Not missing a minute up there at the front as PJ Popham's out to now a half a second lead. Matthew Kern using that bottom line to get by the 48 of Chris Medford. Battling still out there on the outside, trying to take the position back going into 1. Good run through the center of the corner for that 8 of Brian Kaufman. Haven't mentioned Brian Kaufman tonight. Eric Blunt, the 99, also back there right behind Brian. Big move by the 99 there, carrying a lot of speed. Had to avoid the 6 of Matthew Kern down there on the inside. Looks like he's struggling just a little bit with that machine. Not able to run the line he wants with these cars on the outside of him. Nothing really happening up here up front. Brian Mescal Jr. finally able to work his way by that 5 of Brandon Hartwell, who's now dealing with Lance Yancey on his bumper. Lance Yancey, one of those drivers that really feast or famine most of the time for Lance. He's either right up there up front contending for the lead, or it gets junked somehow. Not always of his doing. Not gonna call it like that, but it seems either he does really well or he does really, really bad. There's no real points days in betweens for Lance. That's just a good hard racer right there. You see on the inside of PJ on the exit of 3 and 4. Trying to methodically make his way by as it looks like Brian Mescal Jr. starting to close down the gap a little bit on Tom Laneville for that second position now. PJ out to over a second lead over second place. So PJ's got to be liking what he's seeing right now, trying to go green flag here. See if green flag pit stops come into play here tonight for Next Gen Racing's High Country Trucking Series. Season number 3, race 20, Grand Canyon 128. Broadcast to you on Twitch and YouTube by Next Gen Racing Productions. Hard, close, side-by-side battling still. This is for 4th and 5th position. Lance trying to take that 4th position away. Now getting the outside to work, makes the pass. Brandon Hartwell back to 5th. Talked with a driver earlier today. That's the 57 of Damon Cox. Wanting to have a good points day. Damon, one of those drivers without a win so far this season, but sitting very well inside that top 20, inside the top 12 actually. 12 truck drivers qualified for the chase. He's sitting about 6th in points right now, so Damon's got to be concerned with new race winners, 2 or 3 new race winners, and that's going to really affect his chance to get into the chase. So you see him battling for position with the 08 of David Smith Jr. That's for 13th and 14th position. Close side-by-side action there. Cox trying to take the position back from the 08 of David Smith Jr. Now passes going down into turns 3 and 4. Can he keep it up and out of the corner, out of the wall off of 4 here? Able to get a good drive off of that corner. Solidly takes that position away. Gonna jump back up here with the front of the field for just a second. We'll come back to some of this battle back here in the back of the field. There you see the field slowly tightening back up now. Brian Mescal Jr. has caught that 115 of Tom Laneville for 2nd position, battling him hard. They ran down from over a 2nd lead down to a half a second, ran down that 32 of PJ Popham. Looks like the long run trucks so far here tonight is that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. as well as the 77 of Lance Yancey. Lance back here trying to stick his nose into it. 4th position right now, going for 2nd, down on the apron, side by side for 2nd with the 33 and the 115. Working their way through the center of 3 and 4, Brian Mescal Jr. down there on the bottom, digging still side by side. On the outside is Tom Laneville. Still side by side, nothing changes there. Brian Mescal Jr. scored in 2nd position that time. A little bit of advantage here through the center of 1 and 2. Gets the slide job done on the 115 of Tom Laneville to now take that 2nd position away. Lance Yancey back there in 4th. Just foaming at the mouth now, trying to take that 3rd position away from Tom Laneville. Brian Mescal Jr. now setting his sights in on the rear bumper of that 32 of PJ Popham. Brian and Lance have led a charge that brought Tom Laneville back up there with them to that 32 of PJ Popham, over a 2nd behind. Drove it down to within 0.3 of a second, now down to 0.2, working their way through 3 and 4. PJ got to be looking in the rear view mirror. Good run attitude for the 33. Challenges for the lead down into 1 on the bottom. PJ keeping it wound up on the high side. They're going to be side by side coming through the dogleg. Down on the apron is the 33. Makes the pass without a problem. New leader for the first time tonight 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. now takes the point, working lap 49, coming to take lap 50 out of 128 here for the High Country Trucking Series Grand Canyon 128. Let the field take notice if we have long runs. The man to watch for is going to be that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Gave a little bit up on that restart. But now working about 30 laps into this run, handedly, easily, effortlessly takes the lead going down the backstretch from what appeared to be a dominant PJ Popham up until that point that Brian Mescal Jr. about 4 laps before that started to make his charge. Boy, did he ever charge right to the front. PJ down on pit road. Green flag pit stops are ensuing now. Ray Radford, my goodness, out there for almost 45 laps now on his pit cycle. Those tires have got to be screaming right now. Ray being slotted inside the top 15 though, so making the best out of them old worn out tires right now. There you see Brian Mescal Jr. stepping it out to over a second, almost a 1.5 second lead now over your second place car. Lance Yancey back there, finally able to get by that 115 of Tom Laneville. Donnie Stobbs lurking back there, that 66 machine lurking in 4th place. Brandon Hartwell and that 5 machine, that Chevy Silverado, has been dialed in all night long up there in the top 5. Brandon not dropping out of that top 5, but maybe once or twice, and that I believe that was under a pit cycle. But nevertheless, these top contenders here making a big gap on the rest of the field. 10th place is the 8 of Brian Kaufman, who's about 7 seconds behind your leader. So that's just a testament to the blistering pace that the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. is laying down right now. Last lap of 27.469. That's about 1 second slower, so only giving up about a second over a 33-lap run. That's not that horrible right there. So got to be happy with the long run speed that his crew chief was able to get into that 33 truck for him tonight. I know this is somewhere that Brian's been wanting to get all year long, up here up front. Been able to get there a few times, but just not able to punch that ticket into the chase. As a defending series champion, that's the one thing on your mind is I gotta get in the chase. Once I assure I'm in the chase, we'll take it from there and we'll run out this championship. But that was something that was on my mind after my first championship was, you know what, don't worry about what happens, just make sure you make that chase. From there, history was made, but that's besides the point. Brian Mescal Jr. trying to make history for himself, as well as the Next Gen Racing High Country Trucking Series for Season 3. Can we have a repeat winner? Will Brian Mescal Jr. be the first the first back-to-back series champion here for the High Country Trucking Series? So he's driving for something historical and monumental out there as well. He should, as long as he has, I would say, top 15 runs for the next 3 races, he'll be in the chase. So nothing to fear for our defending series champion, except, you know, just make sure he finishes these races off. Run every lap. Starting to drop off the pace just a little bit every lap is that 115 of Tom Laneville. Trying to see if there's any caution is out on track. Looks like the 71 of Jason Edmonston was involved in that. We're going to take a look back through here, see what we can see. Looks like he's battling with the 6 of Matthew Karn. Oh, just goes down in there in the corner. Looks like he's loose. Looks like he has it saved. Oh, PJ Popham was involved. Wow. Got to see something we didn't really expect there. PJ actually was the man that brought that caution out, but we're going to jump back on board with your leader. Brian Mescal Jr. definitely going to be coming down pit lane here this time, bringing the field with him. This one of the longer pit roads here that the High Country Trucking Series truck drivers visit on the calendar. So long, slow pit road. Can Brian Mescal Jr. and his crew get him out first? He's down and away. Wins the race off of pit road pretty easily. We're gonna see if we can't dial him up here. Get a talk with your defending series champion and also the man on point right now, Brian Mescal Jr. Trying to see if we can't get a hold of that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Brian, this is Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, I know you gotta love the view now. Haven't been to victory lane just yet. Know it's a little bit early to be giving you the victory, but definitely gotta be happy with the long run speed of the truck.
Yes, sir. We made some gains there. It's still a long way to go here, though.
All right, well, I guess I'll let you go. You seem a little bit overly focused, so I'll let you go chase that win here tonight. Hopefully we can talk to you in victory lane.
10-4. Thank you, Dave.
Brian Mescal Jr., your defending series champion. Man of short words here tonight. Seems like he's on a mission. He's got his eye on the prize. Gonna definitely try to seize the moment and punch his ticket. Has a good long run truck. Now starting from the lead. See if he's able to keep the lead from a fast truck. Lance Yancey, that 77 Shell Pennzoil Chevy Silverado, going to be starting beside him. That's somebody that he's going to have to battle throughout this evening, especially this restart. Lance fast throughout the beginning. Falls off a little in the middle, but then has that long run speed. Came to the front with Brian Mescal Jr. that last green flag run. So going to be interesting to see what happens here. Your leader, 33, choosing the bottom lane. Lance Yancey, there you see him on the outside. Field starting to get double file, working their way around the dog leg. Pace car will duck off here any minute. We'll go back green flag racing to take lap 64. Brian Mescal Jr. fires off, gets a good jump over the 77 of Lance Yancey. 3 wide almost for second position as Lance Yancey struggling to keep that position from the 66 of Donnie Stobbs. Tom Laneville down there on the bottom. Your leader, Brian Mescal Jr., 3 wide behind him. Donnie Stobbs backing out of it now. A 2 wide battle coming off of 3 and 4 between the 77 of Lance Yancey and the 115 of Tom Laneville. Brian Mescal Jr. has to be loving what he's seeing back here. Hard battling. Oh, the 66 of Donnie Stobbs up into Tom Laneville. Back across the track collecting the 08, the 24. My goodness, car's torn up. The 32 of PJ Popham almost gets into that as well. Gonna go back and look at that. We had a first and seat for it, but let's go back and look at it one more time here. Looks like Donnie just gets a run here. Down to the inside, trying to make it work. Looks like he just touches him just a little bit, but that was just enough to send him back across the track. Oh, hard impact for that 08 of Brian Kaufman. His night is definitely going to be done, regardless of if he makes another lap or not. He's not going to pick up too many more positions with a torn up race car like that after that hard impact to the outside wall after a hard initial contact with that 115 of Tom Laneville. Tough break to watch Tom be a victim of just, I wouldn't say poor racing, just a little love tap is all you need sometimes, and that's pretty much all it was there. It looked to me like Donnie was just a little bit tight there, washed up the track just a hair, and got right into him. Carnage ensued from there. A lot of trucks involved in incidences early here this evening. 29 trucks started tonight's race, 18 still on the lead lap. A couple of fast cars taken out right there in that last wreck. The 115 of Tom Laneville, the 66 of Donnie Staubs involved with that, the 08 of Brian Kaufman. Pretty much destroyed, trash compactor that truck because it's never going to run straight again. The 24 of Gavin Martin involved in it as well. Not sure how severe his contact was. Looks like he's still on pit road right now, not being scored a lap down just yet. So looks like we got about 17 truck drivers still on the lead lap here. A little bit over halfway here tonight in the Grand Canyon 128 for High Country Trucking Series Season 3, race number 20. Presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Broadcast to you across Twitch and YouTube by Next Gen Racing Productions. Not necessarily something Brian Mescal Jr. wanted to see, a caution. However, it was an early caution, so maybe these tires will work through this heat cycle. Only about 8 laps on them right now as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing, taking lap 70 out of 128 here. The third race before the chase. Who's going to make a run, point themselves in? Who's going to punch their ticket and solidify their chance at a championship by guaranteeing their slot? You're going to have to wait to find out, and I'm sure it's going to get even more exciting as these laps dwindle down. Your race leader, Brian Mescal Jr., choosing the bottom lane for this restart. Pace car will duck off. Brian Mescal Jr. fires off, gets a good jump on the 77. There's single file pretty much for first and second going into turn 1 and 2. Looks like Chris Medford out of nowhere. Where did he come from? The 48 up there. 5th position now. Battling side by side with Craig Learman and Brandon Hartwell. I mean, where did Craig come from? Craig Learman, Chris Medford, man, they just appeared. No real big fuss, no real big static with them two. Those two drivers starting further back in the field. And now, boom, right here. Battling inside the top 5. Lance Yancey looks to the inside of your leader, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., keeping the momentum on the high side, crosses the line still as your leader working back into turn 1. Working his way down the back stretch, Lance Yancey takes the dog leg to pull even with the 33 down into turn 3, sails it off into turn 3, makes the pass work. Will it stick on corner exit? Looks like it does, but Brian Mescal Jr. right there on his coattails. Lance Yancey to the top of the board for the first time here tonight, your 4th lead change. Hard battling going on right behind them. I hate to leave the battle for the lead, but man, you got to see what's going on back behind them between the 43 of Craig Learman, 98 of Thomas Light, the 5 of Brandon Hartwell, the 48 of Chris Medford, the 99 of Eric Blunt, Trent Drum, all right there, all on top of each other. That is literally from 3rd position all the way back to 9th. All right there, all over top of each other. 3 wide through the dog leg. Brian Mescal Jr. not giving up yet. Still about a 10th off up there up front. Brandon Hartwell down to the inside of Craig Learman, close off of the corner. Trent Drum now trying to make a run on Brandon Hartwell to the inside. Lance Yancey now stepping it out just a bit, almost a 4/10 of a second lead. So we're going to stay back here where a little bit more of the action is right now. PJ Popham even further back in 12th position, battling hard, it looks like, back there with the 6 of Matthew Kern. Eric Blunt now looking to the inside of that 12 truck. Side by side battling back there, almost 4 wide back there. My goodness. That is the 22 of Cody Terry in that black and green monster machine coming through the field up into 8th place right now. Cody and his crew thrashing away during happy hour to trying to work on the throttle assembly here on the truck. I do know that one of NASCAR's crew chiefs were over there trying to help them with the, I'm not even going to attempt to say the word potentiometer, shit like that. Yeah, I'm not that intelligent to say words like that, but trying to get that all worked out for him, but looks like got the problem fixed enough. Running up inside the top 10 right now, slotted in 7th position, is that 22 Chevy Silverado, that Monster Energy Chevy Silverado of Cody Terry. Hard battling, still right behind him, Donnie Stobbs, part of that incident, our last incident, right there in 8th position, Matthew McMeekin, slotted in the Ford truck, slotted in 9th position, PJ Popham, that 32 all the way back up to the 10th position. Back up here up front though, battle for the lead once again. Sorry, battle for 2nd position once again. Wait a minute here. What happened to Lance Yancey? Lance being scored 3 laps down. My goodness, what happened, I believe. Oh no. We're going to have to check with some race officials, try to see what happened there. See if anybody got a look at what would have transpired there and how Lance fell out of the lead like that. How Chris Medford took the lead over. We'll see if we can't get a hold of somebody on that really quick. Caution is out on track this time by. I'm going to try to see if we can't find that one for you. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to find that one, folks. I do apologize. me see if we can't talk with Roy Hyde here. Roy, I know you got eyes in the sky as well. Your leader at one time, Lance Yancey. I went back through the back of the field, keeping my eye on him, close battle back there. What happened with Lance? How did he end up not on the lead lap?
From the looks of it, Dave, it was a strategy move to make it to the end on fuel that, from the looks of it, with the caution coming out, it's not going to work out in his favor. But I do believe that was a strategy move for fuel, because I went back and watched the 2 previous laps, and his truck doesn't have any damage or anything like that. So he was leading and ducked out on pit road, maybe to pull out a strategy play.
10-4, appreciate your info and help. I was kind of lost because I was watching some good battles back there for like 10th and 12th. Man, it was crazy going on back there. But thanks for the insight and help, Roy.
No worries, anytime, Dave.
There you have it, league admin. Eyes in the sky. Roy Hyde able to tell us what was going on, kind of what happened. Looked like Lance Yancey just went for a pit strategy call. Chris Medford winning the battle off of pit road. Just squeaks by that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., but Lance Yancey trying to make a pit strategy call, and it backfired on him just a little bit. Fresh tires, gonna receive a wave around here, no doubt, come back around, but he's gonna have to work his way all the way back through this entire field. So, I mean, at least that should be pretty interesting to watch. Lance Yancey and that fast 77 machine come back up through the field. So, a couple of cars out there in front of your leader going to receive wave arounds. Jason Edmonston. Looks like Shane Farmer as well. Not quite sure. Believe the 6 of Matthew Kern. Also, one of those drivers going to get a wave around. The 44 of Adam Novak, as well as the 19 of Rick Reinard. All truck drivers up there trying to receive a wave around. Get it one lap back on the field here. We're working lap 84, coming to lap 85 under caution. 128 laps here tonight for the High Country Trucking Series Season 3, race number 20. Grand Canyon 128 here at Phoenix International Speedway. Whoa, a little bit of glitchy. That was interesting. Never had that one happen. That's awkward as hell. Anyways, your top running Toyotas here tonight. The 48 of Chris Medford, your leader. Third position, Eric Blunt. Then you have to pretty much, well, there are no other Toyotas still running. As a matter of fact, those are the only 2 Toyotas out there still running on track. Chris Medford, the 48, your leader. The 99 of Eric Blunt slotted in 4th position out there. Field dominated by those Chevy Silverados. What will your leader do? When will he go? Pace car's about to duck off. We're going to go back green flag racing. Chris Medford fires off, gets a huge jump on that 33. Brian Mescal Jr. able to pull down just in front of that 98 of Thomas Light to secure that 2nd position. Close call, though, coming across the nose like that. Down onto the apron, side by side for 1st place now is that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. digging on the bottom, trying to take the position away down through the center of 3 and 4. Can he keep it wound up on corner exit? Able to make the pass back to the lead. Brian Mescal Jr., the 48, looking to the inside. Backs off just a little, going back down into turn 1. Brian Mescal Jr. back to the point for the 2nd time here tonight. Down onto the apron. Thomas Light lurking there in 3rd position, battling side by side now with that 48 of Chris Medford. Craig Learman in the 43 right behind them 2. PJ Popham slotted in 5th position now, making his way back up to the front of this field. Donnie Staub's involved with a battle back there with the 99 of Eric Blunt. There's small battles all over this track. 2, almost 3 right row. Simultaneous spins. Carnage ensues in front of the field. My goodness. Oh, this is going to be a huge, huge implication. Big, massive parking lot type wreck here tonight. My goodness gracious. Let's go back and watch this all unfold. You see the 98 gas up and just slight contact sends both of them around. And then nowhere to go for Eric Blunt. Cody Terry trying to get woed up. Almost able to. Little bit of damage. Oh, a little bit more. My goodness, the 66 of Donnie Staub's out of it. Cars still trying to make their way around what ended up being a parking lot. I want to go back and look at Matthew Kern, actually. See if we can't jump on board with Matthew here, that's just behind this. You see him right here. Oh, Lance Yancey involved. The 6 comes to a stop. Everybody around him unscathed. Wow, that is a big, big wreck. A lot of cars damaged in that one. A lot of good cars. Lance Yancey, you seen. Dominant car earlier. I say dominant as that didn't lead a lot of laps, but he was a damn fast truck here tonight. Heavy front end damage for Lance Yancey. His night's basically gonna be over with. The 66 of Donnie Staub's, the 99 of Eric Blunt, also caught up in that. Cody Terry in that Monster Energy Chevy Silverado, slight contact with the truck with the driver's side. My goodness, a lot of trucks were involved in that last incident. Only had 18 trucks left on the lead lap. That's going to eat up at least 4 more positions right there. Going to be down to only about 15 trucks out there on the lead lap. But as I stated at the beginning of the broadcast here tonight, third race before the chase starts. Nobody inside the top 20 is necessarily safe. Besides a handful such as Alan Westman. John Jenkins, multiple-time winner, 4 times to victory lane this year. He is not safe, one race short of making the minimum race requirement. So even a dominant car that should pretty much be in the chase has the opportunity to miss out. If one of the drivers inside that top 20 does get a win that doesn't already have one, that's going to shake up these point standings. So you have to go out there and you got to get every single thing you can get. Give yourself the best chances to move on and chase for this championship here in season number 3 for the High Country Trucking Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator, broadcast to you across Twitch and YouTube by Next Gen Racing Productions. Go ahead, check us out, give us a like, subscribe, smash the bell. Working lap 92 here tonight of 128. We're going to bring you your top 5, brought to you by 946 Designs. Those guys are beasts with a brush. Check them out over on Facebook. Follow them, like them. If there's anything you ever want done on a car, hit them up. They're super fast, super talented guys. Hey, with Elite Wrestling. Also, there you see your top 5. Brian Mescal Jr., 33 of PJ Popham, the 301 of Shane Farmer, Matthew Kern, and Craig Glearman all round out your top 5. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Brian Mescal Jr. fires off, gets a good jump on that 32 of PJ Popham. PJ, one of the fast cars earlier tonight, had an incident, went to the back of the field. Brian Mescal Jr. drove his way up to the front to dominate the middle. And so far, ending portion of tonight's race, but there you see an early leader, an early dominant truck. PJ Popham on his tailcoats right now, working their way through turns 3 and 4. also involved with that wreck. The 5 of Brendan Hartwell now being scored 2 laps down. Brian Mescal Jr. taking to the apron through the dog leg, trying to stay in front of that 32 machine of P.J. Popham. Good close racing back there between Matthew Kern in the 6 and the 48 of Chris Medford. That's a battle for 4th position. Caution is out on track. See the 301. Oh, into the inside barrier, and just that truck just gripped it and climbed it. One of those crazy iRacing wrecks right there. Still leading this race, Brian Mescal Jr. You gotta wonder if he's really liking having to make all these restarts now. Starting to get late, knowing he has a pretty good long run truck. Laps are dwindling down on him, and to make a long run work for him. But with that last wreck, like I said, multiple cars taken out. Only 9 cars left on the lead lap here tonight for the Grand Canyon 128 for the High Country Trucking Series Season 3 race number 20. 3 races before their chase begins here each and every Sunday night on Next Gen Racing Productions. Come out and join us. Happy hour, about 8:30-ish or so. These truck drivers go qualifying at 9 o'clock and then racing. 9 races in the chase. P.J. Popham goes down pit road. Brian Mescal Jr. fakes, stays out on track. Is that going to be the move? Is that going to be the race-winning move there? As I stated, there's only about 9 cars on the lead lap, so maybe pitting would have been the best option. See a lot of the teams out there on YouTube talking about their nights here tonight. Tough luck. No, that's not how we like to end the night sometimes. And you know, it's tough sledding. I got to put out those kind of tweets and comments myself on a particular series I race in. Sometimes things just don't turn out our way. Keep your heads down, elbows up. We'll drive on into next week, fellas. But still about what's that? 30-ish. I don't feel like really doing the math per se, but that's about 31-ish laps left here tonight for the Grand Canyon 128 for the High Country Trucking Series here on Next Gen Racing Productions. Your defending series champion, leading 39 laps so far here tonight. So while we have a chance, we're gonna do a little rundown through the field like I usually do. First position here, there you see Brian Mescal Jr. Back here in second position, the 43 of Craig Learman, and in third, the 6 of Matthew Karn. Fourth position, the 71 of Jason Edmonston. Rounding out your top 5, the 08 of David Smith Jr. That Steelers Chevrolet beat up just a little bit. Hopefully like my Cincinnati Bengals do to y'all this year. But the 98, Thomas Light, slotted in 6th position. A lot of rubber built up on that white truck. Able to really see the amount of debris that comes off these tires. 19 of Rick Reinert was a lap down for majority of this race. Now slotted up inside the top 7. DJ Popham in that 32. There you see in 8th position. Someone not that we haven't really talked about too much, Damon Cox at Pizza Hut. Chevy Silverado, man, it's kind of torn up just a little bit. Going back here to the last car on the lead lap, 10th place to 48 of Chris Medford. We're going to jump back on board with your leader as we get ready to go back. Green Flag Racing taking lap 101 out of 128 here tonight for the High Country Trucking Series. Your defending series champion, Brian Mescal Jr. Your leader chooses the inside. Comes to the restart box. He fires off, gets a good jump over that 43 of Craig Learman, who slots himself into second position, easily going down into turn 1. Brian Mescal Jr. off to a good start, a good way to begin his quest for that first win of the season. Maybe that's the key that unlocks all the momentum for this driver. Maybe here tonight, 3 races before the chase starts, maybe this is what he needs to fuel the fire to go and chase that back-to-back championship. But Craig Learman lurking, only about 2/10 back. Gonna try to spoil the show. Take that win away from the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. if he can. PJ Popham restarted all the way back in 8th, 9th position, all the way back up to 5th on those fresh tires. There you see Cody Terry with some issues, making his way on the apron back to pit road. Craig Learman trying that bottom lane. Not able to get the job done just yet, going back down into turn 1 truck length behind. Not giving up the fight just yet is that 43 of Craig Learman, looking to the inside, trying to roll that bottom lane. Just can't keep the momentum built up on corner exit there. Matthew Kern back in 3rd, watching all this take place. PJ Popham made his way around the 19 of Rick Grinder, now into 4th position. Brian Mescal Jr.'s crew chief's got to be telling him in the mirror, look, man, just drive out of the windshield. Don't worry about that 43. Don't worry about that 32, who is now slotted into 3rd position. Got around Matthew Kern with ease. Now going to try to drive. No, I apologize. Looks like PJ. Yeah, showing PJ as 3rd. That's interesting. But if I look back in the background, it does look like Matthew made his way by that. So I'm not sure. The timing and scoring's off just a little bit, but I know this much right now. The 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. driving the race of his life right now, trying to hold on as these laps are dwindling down. Looks like he's going to secure the most laps led award here tonight for your Grand Canyon 128 at Phoenix International Speedway for the High Country Trucking Series Season 3, race number 20. Still digging on the bottom right now, battling for your lead is that 43 of Craig Learman, just not going away. Still 1.5 seconds back to your freshest tires on track right now. The 32 of PJ Popham running out of time. Only about 22 laps here left. Is he going to be able to make up the time difference and be able to pass? It's one thing getting to somebody, it's another thing passing them. But it's also another thing passing them cleanly. You got to think PJ sitting in 23rd in points right now. Even if he has to move that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., the amount of points that he's going to gain for winning tonight's race may be enough to push him up inside that top 20. So would moving him and risking payback later be worth it? It just might be. Tell you one thing though, Brian Mescal Jr. is not letting off that time by. PJ Popham was a little bit faster, not very much. Only about 1/10 of a second faster, and at that rate, PJ is not going to get there in time to take that lead away. It looks like Brian now stepping away from that 43 of Craig Learman. No real other battle going on track. Looks like David Smith Jr. actually has a little bit of a battle with the 48 of Chris Medford going on and brewing for 8th position. But we're going to stay up here with your leader, your defending series champion, Brian Mescal Jr., as he makes his quest for his first race win so far this year in season number 3 for the High Country Trucking Series. Boys, here at Phoenix International Speedway. Brian Maskell Jr. driving with all he's got right now, lead over the 4 fresh tires, 1.33 seconds right now, crossing the line to take lap 113. Only 16 laps left here tonight. Looks like still that 1/10 advantage going to PJ Popham here. So gaining a 10th of a lap. Will that put PJ there in time? 15 laps to go. Looks like that would get him right there at it, as he is 1.516 seconds behind your leader right now. So a 1/10 gain, that would be 1.5 seconds. So could get very interesting, although PJ is going to have to manage to get by that 48 of Craig Learman before he can battle for the lead. And it looks like the 19 of Rick Reiner is starting to run down that 32 of PJ Popham for third place again. Brian Maskell Jr. going around that multiple lap down car of Brandon Hartwell. Brandon unfortunately caught up in some carnage here late tonight. Kind of been the story of his season also. He caught up in a lot of other people's mess late in the race, ruining usually pretty damn good races for him. Tough to see him out there wounded and injured, but nevertheless going to try to get as many points out of the situation as he can. But your leader, Brian Maskell Jr., now asserting himself, pulling away almost a second over second position. The 43 of Craig Learman, PJ Popham in the 32, now falling further behind. Doesn't look like that closing is happening anymore for PJ. So Brian, very happy and focused, got to hit his marks here, just maintain and bring home that trophy. This is what I alluded to earlier, that long run speed of that 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. You see him now just walking the dog on the 43 of Craig Learman and the 32 of PJ Popham, who's now fallen into the hands of the 19 of Rick Reiner. Looks like with 10 to go, your defending series champion Brian Maskell Jr. is going to try to take this win, put himself in victory lane, secure his spot to chase after a back-to-back championship, make history for the Next Gen Racing High Country Trucking Series on iRacing.com. 9 laps left. As a driver that's went almost a full season without a win, when you're finally in the lead and these laps are dwindling down, you're hearing everything. You're hearing every little tire spin. You're hearing every little brake squeal. Every little twitch of the wheel makes you concerned, gets your anxiety and your blood pumping even more. Brian Maskell Jr. doing a hell of a job blocking all that out now, trying to get himself into victory lane. PJ Popham beginning to slowly reel in That 43 of Craig Learman. Both of those drivers now over 1.5 seconds back from your leader, Brian Mescal Jr., driving off into the night now at Phoenix International Speedway for your Grand Canyon. 128. Oh my goodness, caution is out on the track. Looks like that may have been Damon Cox that was involved in that. We're going to have to take a look back here and see. Thought I seen him on pit road. There you see him into the wall. Oh, and just loses it hard. Oh! Hard, insane contact. Never seen a wreck quite like that before. But I'll tell you what, that is something, your leader right here, Brian Mescal Jr. did not want to see that. Did not want to see his chances at securing his first win of the season possibly go out the window here. Late caution for the High Country Trucking Series here at Phoenix International Super Speedway. 5 laps to go. Gonna definitely be green-white checkered kind of territory here for the High Country Trucking Series truck drivers. I believe it's gonna be the first one we've ever had in the series. Might actually go back green flag racing before we would need that green-white checkered. Interesting call here. Looks like Brian Mescal Jr. gonna go down pit road. See if anybody follows him. He does. He goes down pit road. Nobody comes with him. Oh my goodness, a lot of cars staying out there on track. Wow. Brian Mescal Jr. gives up the lead to come down and get 4 fresh tires. Gotta say, it might not be that bad of an idea as PJ Popham had the freshest tires out there. His tires are now about 30 laps old. Craig Learman's tires are at least 35 laps old. So Brian Mescal Jr. gonna try to come out here and restart in 3rd, 4th position possibly with fresh tires and can just hammer down and know that the grip level's there. My goodness, what a shakeup. That racing incident. The 57 of Damon Cox just getting a little bit loose and into the wall. And then the steering column just kind of does its own thing sometimes. Not able to catch up with it. Hard contact into that outside safer barrier. Up and stuck into the fence for a second. Back down on 4 wheels. And it appears that he may be out of the care center. We'll see if we can't get a hold of that 57 driver Damon Cox. You got us.
I got you, Dave.
No, nobody likes to talk after they get out of the infield care center, buddy. It looked like a hell of a hit. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, man. Just my pride's hurt a little bit. Just pushed the truck a little bit too much there trying to catch Jason.
Well, man, we're glad to hear you're okay. Tough look, and I guess enjoy the rest of the race or the rest of the night. Probably need some leave or some good old goodies about it, though.
Yeah, that and a good old ice pack, buddy. Appreciate you checking. Thank you.
10-4, bud. We'll catch you next week.
10-4.
Fresh out of the in-care center in the infield. Damon Cox, driver of this 57. A little bit annoyed, maybe pissed off at himself, just going a little hard, and truck just stepped out from him. Hard impact. Good to know he's okay though. Your leader choosing the inside line here. Gonna have 1 to go when we cross the line. So this is gonna be interesting. I don't think a green-white checkered is gonna come into effect, period, here. So it's gonna be a 1-lap shootout, I believe, to the end. Pace car lights are off. Field is double fire. Your leader, the 43 of Craig Learman, chooses the bottom. Fresh tires down on the bottom in third place with Brian Mescal Jr. Let's see what happens here. Craig Learman fires off, gets a jump. Craig Learman able to get the job done so far. PJ Popham now down to the bottom. Brian Mescal Jr. with those fresh tires on the outside. PJ slots right up in front of him. My goodness, almost a 4-wide battle back to the line. White flag is out. Your leader right now, Brian Mescal Jr. to the point. Can he get the job done? That 4 tires. Looks like it was the call to make. Getting the job done for the first time this season, going to victory lane. Your defending series champion, Brian Mescal Jr. Hard impact back there after crossing the finish line. The 19 of Rick Reinert. We'll have to check in with everybody back there and make sure everybody is okay, but we're going to stay right here with your race winner. There you see fireworks going off in the background. Brian Mescal Jr. to victory lane for the first time this season. While Brian Mescal Jr. celebrates out there on track, we're going to see if we can't dial up one of the other race drivers here tonight. There you see Brian parking it. Going to see if we can't get a hold of that 71 driver of Jason Edmonston. Jason, you got us?
Yeah, I'm here, David. How you doing?
All right, but welcome up here into the booth, man. Not quite a top 5, almost there, finishing 6th. Was caught up in something early, able to battle back up through and work your way through some wrecks. How's your thoughts on tonight?
Oh, it was a blast. It always is fun racing with you guys.
All right, man. Well, you think you can use tonight's good finish to try to build up some momentum here for the next 2 races we have before we begin the chase?
I'm going to do everything I can to build myself into the chase.
All right, bud. Well, it's good talking to you. You want to give out any shout-outs, love, anything like that to anybody watching before we let you go?
I got a shout out to my 2 teammates, Adam and Justin with Mason Dixon. Those guys are great to be around.
All right, bud. Well, we'll check up with you next week. Good finish. Great job there tonight.
Thank you, sir.
That was your 6th place finisher, the 71 of Jason Edmonston. But right now, we're going to see if we can't get a hold of your race winner. First time this season, Brian Mescal Jr. You got us?
Hell yeah, buddy. How about that?
How about that? Man, I'll tell you what. I seen you duck on pit road. And, well, quite frankly, I almost shit myself. You gave up the lead to go to pit road. Like 1-2 lap shootout, green-white checkered style. Where did your crew chief or you have the balls to come up with that one?
Well, we had been on those tires for about almost 50 laps. So, and I was starting to struggle there pretty hard. Had to make the move, and I was questioning it, but it worked out. How about that, Dave? How about that?
Well, you know, I got a race win a couple months ago, and with the video, I said I pulled the WWDD. It looks like he kind of pulled one of them on PJ there towards the center of it. I think it was 3. A little bit of a bumper, not much, just enough to kind of move him and root him up out of the way. And from there, you just took command and to the checkered flag. So was that a what would dirt do moment?
No, that was actually a play it safe moment. I was trying to, I love my boy Rick, but I knew what he was going to do, and I kind of played that to my advantage, and it worked out.
10-4, man. Well, glad to see you definitely are in the chase. Don't have to worry about points now. You can go chase that historic back-to-back championship for the first time here in the High Country Trucking Series. You think this is going to build the momentum for you to get the job done as we reach the chase here in 2 more races?
Oh, the momentum has been building here the past 3 weeks. I've had some really good runs. Really, really good runs, and I think we might be able to go after number 2 here.
10-4, well, man, I'll let you enjoy this win and soak it all in. First time this season. Before we let you go, any shout-outs, anything like that you want to give before we let you go?
Oh, yeah. As always, Jags, one of my good friends behind the scenes doing her thing. I hope she got to watch this thing, and my wife for letting me do this as much as I do. Appreciate you, Dave.
All right, bud. Well, we will catch up with you next week where we can add to your accolades. Race winner this season. Good job, bud. We'll catch you next week. There it was, your race winner, Brian Mescal Jr., getting the job done for the first time this season. Hard to believe it took all the way to race number 20 for your defending series champion to get his first race win, to secure his chance, his spot in the chase to go after that coveted championship, to do what nobody's done so far, win back-to-back championships here for the High Country Trucking Series. So, now begins his quest at obtaining that prestige of doing something that nobody's done yet, making sure that his name is engraved in the Next Gen Racing Hall of Fame as the first 2-time series champion. So, hell of a job for Brian Mescal Jr. and his crew out there tonight. PJ Popham with a hell of a run this evening, just not quite able to get the job done, finishing in second position. Craig Learman on those old tires, able to hold off for the most part on that last little restart there, that last green-white checker, to finish third. In fourth, the 19 of Rick Reiner in fifth, rounding out the top 5, the 6 of Matthew Kern. Matthew, not usually on track with us very much, making his presence known out there tonight, coming away with a top 5. Heck of a job out there tonight by all the truck drivers here at the High Country Trucking Series. Once again, join us next week, Sunday night. We get ready to go back green flag racing here for the High Country Trucking Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com, broadcast to you across Twitch and YouTube by Next Gen Racing Productions. As always, thank everybody for joining, commenting, subscribing, commenting, everything. Appreciate all the love out there, all the love you guys give the drivers. They enjoy seeing all the likes and views. I appreciate it as well, and as always, we're going to leave you with a quick little video before we go. We'll see you next week here on Next Gen Racing Productions.